Hi friends, welcome to Testing Tutorials Point. This is Lokesh and today we are going to discussing about a function, functions and types. What are the functions and what are the types are presented? We are going to discussing in this video. One by one we'll see for that. Okay. Basically a functions are primary block of any programming. It is a function. Functions are the primary block of any program. What primary and means it's basically a set of code. If you see in the previous sections, you can create like this, right? You create a normal way. Even we can able to create a function to reduce this functionality. If tomorrow if you want to access this particular variable or particular function values, that it is not a possible, right? These variables, if you want to access me one by one, you have to do access into all the location. It's a headache. Same code again and again, duplicate code you have to create. This is not a good idea. For this, we can able to create a block of code. One block of code. In that, inside the block of code, what are the things we written? By using that particular function name, we can able to access into any other location. That is a main advantage here. And we can able to see advantage side, code reusability. Code reusability. Code reusability is nothing but we can able to create like some code we created. That code we can able to reuse. Okay, we can call a function several times without writing writing the same a block of code again and again we without creating that block of code again and again we can able to create this function shit function. Okay, the code reusability saves a time and reduces the program size as well. Program size. Okay, that is the main reusability of the code. Okay, what exactly, right? You write the some code and again you want to access some other location, again you have to rewrite the code. That is not a good idea. For that we can able to create one block of code, use that block of code name, the function name, and we can able to use it. Okay, and less coding, because if you create the reusable function, that function n number of times you call it, that is called less coding, right? Just with the space, like with just a name we can call and we can able to reuse. That is a main functionality and easy to debug. Easy to debug. Easy to we can able to easy. It makes the program easy to locate and isolate the functionality of the information where exactly we done some issues and all, right? That we can able to do it easiest way. Okay, types of the functions we can able to as a named function. Named function is nothing but a named function is one where you declare and call a function by its given named, which is a function name you created, right? That function name which is a function name you declared, by calling that name we can able to call it as a function, named function. And another one is anonymous function. Anonymous function. What anonymous function can do? That anonymous function is one which is defined as an expression. There is no name of the function, just an expression. If the expression is presented, that is called anonymous function. Okay, expression is stored in a variable, which is the expression we use to create an anonymous function, right? Thus particular function can store in a variable. We can able to store in a variable. So the function itself does not have a name. The function does not have any name. We can able to create one variable and we can able to access this anonymous function because we are not going to provide any name of that particular function. Okay, these functions are invoked using the variable. You can able to this particular function, anonymous functions, whenever it will invoke by using the variable named that name that the function is stored in. Okay, we'll see for this all the things how we can able to create a named function and anonymous function with the without name, and how we can able to create a variable and store this anonymous function variable value, and how we can able to invoke this function into storing. Okay, these all the things we'll see in now. Now here I'm going to create one file, that is function1.ts. Okay, function.ts. In this function we are going to create for first one is a named function, a function with the name as display, the name of display of the function. Okay, here I am going to create the console dot a log, and here I am going to describe welcome to function topic. Okay, this is my function. I'm going to call that function name, okay, to printing my value. Okay, now I'm going to tsc compiling for that, and I'm going to use for function 1 dot ts. I'm compiling the file. Once compilation is done, I'm going to run node of function 1 dot js. Oh, sorry, I missed out the dot slash, because current project dot slash we need to specify. Once you specify, then node dot slash a function 1 dot js. We have to specify like this. Okay, now you can see welcome to function topic, that it is coming, that is called a named function. Okay, even we can able to name function with the parameter with the return type also we can able to mention. How we can able to name function with the variable means you can able to use the function add. I'm going to mention here is a colon number, this is my number. Okay, b colon again number. Okay, now I'm going to make it for return type, a return, and what I need to return a plus b. I want to return a plus b. Now I'm going to calling for my function console dot a log, and inside that I'm going to mention for add, and inside that I'm going to provide for 5 comma 9. This is for my value. Now I'm going to compile my file after saving, and just we need to rerun my function file. You can see 14 is displayed. This is the call of function name creation and function name with the parameters. Okay, now we need to create anonymous function. Anonymous functions, if you create the anonymous function without name itself. Okay, we are going to create the anonymous function without naming. Okay, now we'll see first type function, and just braces, curly braces, open, and here we can able to use the console dot log and specify that first anonymous function. This is my name of that. Okay. Now I want to call this anonymous function. How we can able to call it? This function we created, but we need to call the function. As per the function declaration, you can able to see a function is defined as an with expression. We done the expression. A expression is stored in a variable. So the function itself does not have any name. Okay. When we want to invoke this function, we need to call it as a variable. Right. We need to call it as a variable. How we can able to call it a variable? Variable my and function equal to. Now this is my function. Now I'm going to make it for console.log and I'm going to use for my and function. Okay. Now this is my function. I call the function. Now I'm going to do it for compiling. Now I'm doing for compilation. Now I'm going to run it this file. Now you can see function is any. That name it is displayed. Sorry, we called like this another format. Sorry, we need to print the value, right? We need to call the function ps compilation. Now you can see first anonymous function is displayed. This is the way we can able to declare our function. Even we can able to create the function with the return type as well. With the function with the return type. How we can able to create where my and one and I'm going to create my function. Okay, in this function what I can do x colon number comma y colon number again. Okay, now I'm going to make it for return type which is return and return I need to do for x plus y x plus y. Now I want to call this function now. Okay, my and inside that I need to provide for 5 comma 9. Okay, I call it as a 5 comma 9. Now we can able to see compilation now running 14. Okay, sorry, we are not printed here, right? Console.log. Now 14 again. Previous here there is no return type. Okay, just we need to call it like this. We have return type, just I call it like this. Okay, now we can 14. There is a with the parameter return type for anonymous function. Okay, now we come to know some little bit more information about a function. Okay, the functions basically a function parameters are values or arguments pass to a function. We can able to pass to a function. We can able to pass arguments into like parameters, argument or value, anything it is come to the function itself. Okay, like this arguments. Okay, we can able to pass it. Okay, parameters or argument we can able to pass it. The compiler expects expects a function to receive the exact number and type of arguments as defined in the function. What exactly this compiler whenever the compiler is making, that compiler can able to see that arguments, how many arguments you defined. The same arguments it will accept receive the same argument whether the user is passed or not. The same as declare as a data types. If you mention first integer string, then the function will accept for integer and string. Okay, if you pass as a string and integer, it will accept for string and integer value. Okay, this is a one kind of thing. And another thing is like if the function accepts three arguments or four arguments, two arguments or one parameter or argument, anything, the compiler checks that user has passed values for all one or two or three or four parameters or not. If it is passed, the function is expected for two. User has sent for one. Then the compiler will show you that particular function name accepts for two argument, but user sent for one argument, like that. Okay. Here, how many types of functions are presented? One is optional parameters, optional parameters, and another one is default parameters. Optional parameters and default parameters. How we can able to create this optional and default parameters? For this, I'm going to create another file with the function 2.ts. Function 2.ts. Here I'm going to create for first two arguments. Okay, which I created here the function which the top I created here, right? It is accept for two arguments. I'm copying these two arguments. I'm pasting here. I'll close the remaining things. I can able to add it for one. I can make it for one. It's here. Okay. Now it is expected for two and we passed it two. Then our compiler will become a pass. Now if I'm going to make it like this one only, then you can see the compiler itself, it is say that expected two argument but got only one. The argument B was not provided by this particular function. Directly it will show you the error itself. Okay, this is called as a function with arguments. How many arguments are passing? That all the arguments whether it is expected or not. Checking for the compile time. It is a compile time. It is checking now. Okay. Now optional parameters. For optional parameters, we need to use for question mark. Where is this question? The question mark. Which is using this symbol we can able to do for optional query param. Now I'm going to make it for here question mark. Now I'm making for question mark. This is basically we can able to use for string. No, I'll use for string. Here also string. If you pass, if you are not pass also it will accept. If integer means it will ask you for to pass the value because addition, right? And now I'm going to make it for year again the same value. I'm passed it here. Okay, I'm passing for here. I'm going to make it for one. It is typed. You see, you can type also. You can able to see it is expected argument type is number is not assignable to parameter of type of string. Is the type checking. Okay, now it is now A I am passed and here I am going to B passed. Okay, now this is optional. Now I am removing for B in the down. I'll take again this copy and I can able to pass it here. Now I'm going to pass it for C B. Directly I'm passing. Now whether it will pass or fail, we'll see now. Can make for 2 and enter compilation. Now run. See, A is there and B is undefined, it is showing. If I make the space here, you can able to understand now. Two values become it, some space will be presented. Now see, A space undefined, B is not defined. It will show, but it will not throw any error if you are not pass also, because it is a optional parameter. Okay. Now, if you want to pass some default value to that particular variable, then how you can able to pass it? The same function I'm copying here, pasting here, and I'm going to make it for 2, and here I'm removing this value. After string, I'm going to equal, and condition, I'm going to make it for Lokesh. Okay, making for Lokesh here. Space I'm providing here, and again I'm saving here, and I'm going to do it for 2 again, and here also 2. But still, you can able to see optional also I removed. I'm not used for optional query now, but still it is accepting for single one. But in case if I provided more values, now if in case if I'm passing for third param, now you can see error is coming. Now you can see that it is expected 1 to 2 arguments, 1 to 2 argument, but got for 3. This is a one case we can able to directly. If you are not passing, if you are not sending any value for second variable, directly it will give you for the result. You can see now. This is a default value sending. Okay, this is a one kind of default value sending. Now we have another new feature that is called arrow function. Arrow function. Arrow function. Arrow function creation. What arrow function can do, that means a fat of array, sorry, arrow notations are used for anonymous function. We can able to say anonymous function. Sorry, here I am writing arrow functions, and we can able to add the anonymous functions, that is for the for expression. How we created for anonymous functions, right? This arrow function also we are going to create as a arrow function also. Okay, and here they are also call it as, they are also call it as lambda function in other languages. Any other languages they can able to call it as lambda function. Okay, and the arrow functions we can able to call it as an anonymous function by using for arrow function. Okay, how we can able to create this arrow function now? Here we can able to take for where some values, and I'm going to make it for equal. In this I'm going to create the function now, x colon a number comma y colon number again, and this particular function I'm going to create arrow function now, arrow, and then curly braces, and I'm making for return x plus y, x plus y. Now this is my arrow function now. Okay, arrow function if I'm going to do for console dot log, and I'm going to use for sum, I'm going to mention for 1 comma 5, means that is 6 should be a return this anonymous function, this arrow function. Okay, now I'm going to compiling this file, reading this file. Now you can see 6 is returned here. Okay, this is a one kind of arrow function creation. If you see another language like other format, if you whether we can able to return any other different way we can able to create this arrow function, means we can able to without return type. Now without return type we can able to say where someone equal to this is a function and arrow I'm creating. In the arrow I'm going to create the curly brace console dot log. I'm going to create without return type. Okay, now I'm going to call it my someone, my function I'm calling. Okay, now I'm going to compile now. Read, you can see without return type, without return type. Shit. Without return type. Okay, now if you want to create a single line with the return type, how you can able to create this arrow function where sum2 equal to, and I can able to use for x colon number comma y colon number and I'm going to use it for arrow function arrow here, and I'm going to use for x plus y, x plus y. Still I'm not creating any other format, it's a single line now. Okay, now I'm going to call it for my function to store display sum2. Okay, sum2 I display. Now I'm going to compiling now. If I compile now here now you can see, oh sorry, so return type, right? By sum2 it is displaying sum2 function. Okay, sorry, 3 comma 5, 8, right? This is a one kind of arrow function. Now we'll see for another function, that is function overloading. Function overloading. What function overloading can do that? Function overloading. There is another topic. Okay, and here TypeScripting provide that concept of function overloading, and we can have multiple function with the same name but different parameters. Okay, a function with the same name but different parameters types and return types, parameter types and return types. And also, however, the number of parameters should be the same. Should be the same. What exactly this meaning? You can say that first statement you say that the function name with, we can able to create a function name with the same name but different parameter type and return types, but with the number of parameters should be the same. Means if you create a function add equal to a comma b, okay, you created the function is a comma b, you done some operation, and also you want to do for subtraction. Okay, subtraction also you want to do, or else you want to, now here it is a number, now there is no defined here, now there is no defined. Now function I define, add I define, but I'm defining for a into a number now comma b into a number. Okay, this is a one, and again function add a colon string now and b colon string. This way it will work out. But if the function, it will change If you add another value, the string value is presented, but the same name. If you are going to add for third value, now see colon string. If you do like this, you will get for some error. You will get for some error. How it works, we can able to see now. And I'll create for function 3. Function 3 dot ts. Okay. And here I am going to show you one format. One by one I'll show you whether it will display or not. Okay. First I'll create for function, add it here, and a comma b, and I mentioned for here like this. Okay. Now another function I'm going to mention, add a colon number and b colon number. Okay. This also accepted again. Okay. Now function add a colon string. Okay. B colon string. Now it is also accepted. Now again I'm going to do for a function add, and I'm going to do for a and string. Now see, it is also one kind of thing, and I'm going to do for this all the things to accepting purpose. We can able to integer and string, any both the cases I want to accept. We can able to use any. Okay, any keyword with the b and any keyword. Okay, and the return type is return a plus b. If you pass integer value, it will accept. If you pass string value, it will accept. This is a case we can able to do it. The return type also we can able to mention for number, and here we need to mention for string the return type. Okay, and if you call this function, and you can able to do it easily. Okay, the function overloading with the different names of parameter and type with the same name, it is not supported. Different number of parameters and type with the same name, it is not accepted. You not got it right. Now I can able to see show you here. Same name, and I can able to use it here void as a return type. Okay, now I'm going to close here, and I'm going to make it here, and console dot a log, and I'm going to use for a plus b. Okay, and here also avoid a return type, and I'm going to make it like this, and again we can able to use it for I think a is added somewhere, that's why it is not giving any error. um, abc, this function is doing something. Now you can see it is showing some errors. Okay, abc I'm showing now, abc, now abc. You can get some error now. What error it is showing? Duplicate function implementation. Duplicate function is implemented. All the places it is implemented for duplicate. It is showing for that particular error because it is not allowing the same name, but you have to pass the same name with the same parameters. Same name with the same parameters. If I am passing here, it is showing the same name, but different arguments are passed and return type is not provided. Avoid. And I'm going to see if I'm going to make it void, and I'm going to use for It's any keyword, but in the runtime it will allow you to do it the console. Okay, no need to bother about that. But here it will show you for duplicate. Here it will show for duplicate also. Okay, this is called error with the same name with the different parameters. If you use, it will show you for duplicate. Okay. And rest parameter is another parameter is there. You can able to see that rest parameter when you see for my starting video. That moment I explained for rest parameters. Okay, how we can able to create the rest parameters and all, and what exactly that particular one in advantage location. I told you that rest parameters it is supporting. What rest parameters can do that? In the rest parameters basically, if number of parameters that a function will receive is not unknown or other person can develop, we can able to rest the parameter. Means if some person in your team members having 10 people, in 10 people one person is develop one particular function, that particular function you have to use it. That moment we can able to use for this rest function. How you can able to use it, this rest function? The simplest way I'm going to show you here. Just we can able to create the a function uh, abc abcd, and I'm going to make it for here a into sorry a colon string and then b colon string. This is my one function. Okay, now I'm going to make it for console dot log, and here I'm going to make it for a plus concatenating two values, and I'm going to pass it for b value. Okay, now I can able to call abcd function, and I can able to provide a, and I can able to provide for b. Now it is accepted, right? Now you can see here function 3, sorry, function 3. Now you can see abc is displayed, right? Now I want to this particular function somebody want to access. What will happen? He don't know that what he need to add for without modifying this particular function. He need to add for another function, another value. Then how we can able to implement? By using we can able to implement this particular rest parameter. By using rest parameter, how we can able to create the rest parameter? And you can able to copy this particular function and come down, and here you can able to use it for dot dot dot, then in the last you can able to use it for array. Okay, dot 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 you use it for array now. Okay, I'm going to make it for 1. Now here you can able to create for abc1, and also abc it will accept for 2 values as well. I'm going to add for another value called c. Now you can see now without error, even it is now showing for error now. 3 values are displayed. 3 values are displayed, but you can see here it is showed for b comma c. It is displayed for, I'm copying this value and I'm pasting here. A and B it is given the space, but B and C it is not provided for the space. It is given for comma because it treat as a one array. It treat as a one array. B is a one array. How many values you can able to send, that many values it will accept it. How many commas you are adding, that many commas it will accept it. It will not say that I will not accept. Okay, without failing anything, we can able to add a n number of inputs like this. The function can able to add it. What will happen? The b can have b, this particular b variable can have b and c value. Both the things it is stored into this particular function location. This is called a rest parameter. This is a main advantage about this particular ty type scripting. Okay, I hope it this functionality is understandable. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe and share to your friends and colleagues. Thank you.